Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Accounting 312. So in this video, we continue with the chapter 13, the handout or the test, the practice, whatever way you call it. Last time we did the market-based approach. So today we are talking about cost plus based approach, cost plus approach. So let's get started. For the cost plus pricing approach, it's simple. It's just as the name shows you. So you have the cost, right? You have the cost, and then you have the plus. So let's say the cost is 300, and then you are thinking about plus the markup. You have a markup, you have profit. We call it the same markup, profit, return, plus you want to mark up by 30%. So you want to mark up, you want to have a plus of $90. So your total selling price will be $390. Now we talk about, hey, you can have various the cost base. In the reality, you can use variable manufacturing fixed, whatever you want to use. But full cost as the cost base is recommended by the textbook because it's easier, it covers all the cost, and then what else? There are 3 reasons. And then, so in the reality, you can do whatever you want to do. But we said if the cost base is small, you have to mark up by a larger amount to reach the similar selling price. Okay, so we talk about detail when we have that specific question. Let's look at question 11. Said you have this based on the target rate. Manager mark up 30%. Oh, they also marked 30%. I also marked up 30%. What's the selling price? So straightforward, right? If the question didn't tell us, we just assume we use the full cost as a cost base. Okay, so full cost is 620, 10, 40, right? So 40. So no matter it's variable, allocated, fixed. So total will be how much? 670, right? 670. Okay. So let me get my calculator. Sorry, give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay, so your total cost is 600 plus 20 plus 10 plus 40 gives me 20, 10, 40, 670, but I want to mark up 30%, so I have to time 1.3, right? 1.3 gives me 871. Do I get the number? 871. Oh my goodness, I think I got the number, right? Answer is D, 871. Okay, next one. No question here. Oh my goodness. We are so lucky. Question 12, no question. Question 13, I think I put the first one in the Blackboard test, but I want to do the second, third very quickly with you. Question 13, so you have this manufacturing cost 20% fixed, so we have 80 variable, and then we have this period cost, right? Non-manufacturing, your monthly sale, we want our sales to be 500,000. So there are 3 questions, 1, 2, 3. So I think I put the first one in the test. So let's look at it. Markup percentage on variable manufacturing cost, So we use variable manufacturing cost as the base. It asks about the markup percentage to arrive the target cost, which is 500 sales, sorry, to arrive the target sales 500,000. Okay, asking us markup percentage. Markup percentage equals what? Markup divided by your cost base, right? Divided by your cost base. How do we get markup? Markup, we said, okay, your cost is 300. You mark up 90. You get your selling price 390. So if you already know the cost, the 300, you know the selling price 390. Can you get the plus? Can you get the markup? Markup will be selling price minus the cost, right? So markup will be 500,000 selling price minus cost divided by the cost base, right? Divided by the cost base. In this question, we use variable manufacturing cost. We use variable manufacturing cost as the cost base. How do we get that one? Total manufacturing is 275,000. 20% is fixed. 80% will be variable, right? So we have 275,000. 80% will be our variable. So this is our variable manufacturing cost, and this is our cost base. So our cost base will be 220,000. Our markup will be 500,000 minus 220,000. So this markup will be 280,000. So our markup percentage will be 280,000 divided 220,000 gives us 280,000 divided 220,000 gives us 127%. 127%. So in the blackboard, I'll just ask you the first one, but I want to work on the second, third one very quickly. I'm not going to say too much. Basically, just the same markup based on manufacturing cost. So this one is easier. Manufacturing already told us it's 275. Right, it's already told us 275. So will be 200 markup 500,000 minus 275,000 divided by 275,000. So 500 275 gives me markup is 225. Your cost is 275. So gives me 82%, right? 82%. Next, last one is the full cost. Full cost will be manufacturing plus your period. So will be your cost will be the full cost will be 275 plus 125, right? So this gives us 400,000. So our markup will be 500,000 minus 400,000. So will be 100,000 divided by 400,000. I get 25%. Easy peasy. So what I'm trying to tell you, okay, look at this, look at it here. You use variable manufacturing cost as the cost base is 220. So if you have a small cost base, this number 220 is smaller than 275, is smaller than 400,000, right? So if our cost base is small, we have to mark up a large amount. So I know you already got it. I just want to put it here one more time. Okay, so the base, so we say this is cost base, this is markup, this is markup percentage, okay? So when the base is variable manufacturing, it's 220,000. When it's variable, it's 275,000. When it's the full, it's 400,000, right? So our markup will be 280,000. This will be 225,000. This is 100,000. Because you want the overall, you want the selling price to be 500,000. So if your base is small, you have to mark up big. If your base is big, you mark up as small. Similarly, the markup percentage is similarly, right? So if your base is small, you have to mark up very large. If your base is large, you just need to mark up 25%. Okay, so make sure you know how do you calculate. I really think it's a good way to practice. And then kind of, this is straightforward, honestly. So just let me know if you have any question regarding this one. Okay, we still have the back side. We have 3 more questions, and then let's look at this one. You have all these, you are thinking about 1,000 units. This one is a good one. I also think it's a good question. You have all these, and then you are trying to fix the selling price, want to earn target rate. Okay, so we said our return rate, I'll put it here, return to be 12%. I have long-term assets, short-term assets. So from here, we can find our total assets will be 875,000, right? So total assets is 875,000. We want the return to be 12%. So we can get our required return as the profit, as the markup. So 875,000 times 12% as the return. So total we want 105,000. We want 105,000 as our total profit, as our total return. But we have 1,000 units, right? We have 1,000 units. So each one, our return, our profit, our markup, our plus will be 105. We put it here. We put it here. What will be the selling price unit, assuming this? Okay, so this is your markup, right? We talk about this is markup. This is also called the plus. This is also the profit. You know, this is also called the return. Sorry, I just have an email going to my computer. Sorry. Okay, and then now we want to get the selling price. So we say selling price equals to, we use the full cost, right? We use the full cost plus the markup. We said the markup is already 105. Full cost, you just need to add all this. So what is our full cost? Our full cost is 200 plus 100, 120, 38, 22, 15. I got 495. Got 495. And then, so will be 495 plus 105 equals 600. Did you get 600, yes or no? So if I want to ask you, hey, what's markup percentage? Markup percentage is always your markup divided by your cost. So your markup percentage will be 105 divided by 495. I'll just do it quickly since we are already here. 495 gives you 21%. What will be wrong? Okay, some students got the selling price. They use the markup 105 divided by 600. They use 105 divided by 600. They got 17.5%. This is wrong. Okay, this is wrong. Why? Because markup percentage is always based on your cost. It's not based on your selling price. Make sure if I put this wrong one in the exam, you will get it. Say, hey, not right. Okay, not right. Okay, next one. Let's look at our next one. Those the last two is straightforward, basically just the concept. Okay, so this, you have a selling price will be this, right? So we look at which one to be true, asking which one to be true. Markup percentage will be higher if variable manufacturing costs are taken as, hey, this is right? Seems this is right. Variable manufacturing, we said if the base is small, we will have a large markup percentage. I think this one is right. I put it here. Manufacturing cost cannot be taken as a cost. No, we said that you can do whatever you want to do. Actually, it doesn't really matter. Markup percentage will be high if full cost. No, if we use the full cost, it will be low. Full cost, your markup percentage is the lowest one. Okay, manufacturing cost is more. No, we said in the reality we should use a full cost. Okay, so answer is A then. Hope you have no question. Last one, I mentioned this in the lecture, but it said you have all these markup will be highest if we use what? Will be highest if we use the smallest cost base. Which one is smallest cost base? Manufacturing, variable manufacturing. So will be variable manufacturing. I also ask you which one will be the smallest one. What cost base should be used if we want to have the smallest markup percentage? I think you already knew that is the full cost, right? Okay, sorry, I apologize if it's not clear. You know, this is handout is not clear. I'm staying home using the home document camera may be not very clear. So if you cannot see clearly, make sure you have your handout with you. Just look at my note. I think that may help you. Okay, let me know if you have any question. Chapter 13, I think as long as you know this concept of the handout, you know, changes of numbers, you know, calculation, what do I say? The market-based approach, you know, we did some hard question 7, question 8. Cost plus, we did some hard question here. As long as you know that and then you know all the concepts, you should be fine. Okay, I see you next time.